Good morning, everybody. MG here. MG Covers coming to you live. Forgot what the day of week it was. It's Tuesday, July 28th, to give you a Major League Baseball preview. If you're watching this video for the first time, love to have you as a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Tons of content on there. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do so by looking under MGCovers, covers spelled with a Z. That's on Twitter and Instagram. So we're going to dive into the action, give you my power rankings for today. We have one free play for today, but let's quickly recap yesterday. Challenging day yesterday. We had Atlanta Braves and Washington. Both of those were losses. However, one positive to take from the day via our power rankings, we had San Diego, Oakland, Houston, Chicago as favorites, and all four of those teams won. Unfortunately, the other two matches, I keep saying matches, I'm still into the soccer mode. The other two games we had, Atlanta and Washington, unfortunately were on the losing end. So power rankings 4-2 with the favorites, which was good. But off to a slow start. Major League Baseball 1-4, down 3 units. So not the start we wanted, but it's still early in the season. And again, handicapping a season in any sport early in the year with very little statistical data is very difficult to do. The absolute best way to do it is to wait until you have a sufficient amount of data. For Major League Baseball, generally I don't play until we've had, at least 5 games, with stats, which is where we're at now. However, still feel confident about today's pick and probably will be conservative, just going with one play each day. So with that being said, let's dive right into the action and let's look at the lines for today. These lines you see over here on the left are our lines for the power rankings. We use OPS both for hitting and pitching. And we, of course, compare our lines to the sportsbook lines. So first matchup there is the Chicago White Sox and Cleveland. Our line is Chicago White Sox 100, Cleveland minus 120. Actual line, I don't see a line here yet. Nope, don't see a line here yet. Skip that one, go to the next one. Toronto, Washington. If you remember yesterday, Toronto was an underdog. Now today they're a slight favorite as far as their line, minus 110. Chicago minus 120. Actual line is Washington Nationals minus 127. Blue Jays plus 117. So some value there with Toronto. Yankees, Philadelphia. Yankees at plus 140. Our line, Philadelphia plus 110. Actual line, obviously Yankees will be heavy favorites here. A lot has to do with public perception. Yankees minus 173. Philadelphia plus 159. A quick note about this matchup. Philadelphia is 4th in Major League Baseball season so far in OPS. They're hitting .841. Whereas New York Yankees have way underachieved to start the season hitting-wise, only hitting .639. So some value there with Philadelphia, even though we have them as a dog line, so probably would be a no play for me. But if I was going to play that match, that would be play that game, I would definitely play Philadelphia. Next matchup, Chicago Cubs minus 145, Cincinnati minus 115. Cubs held on last night after the bullpen sort of exploded and still hung on to win that one. Chicago off to a really good start. The line right now is Chicago plus 100, Cincinnati minus 110. So a lot of value with Chicago there. Tons of value. Finally, Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Atlanta absolutely laid an egg. A lot of that had to do with Volkanevich. He actually was assigned to, I don't know where they're signing players, but basically removed from the team, and they called up somebody else. So I think his days in the Major League Baseball as a Major League Baseball pitcher are numbered. So now that changes the numbers. Atlanta's now a dog at plus 120. Tampa is the favorite at minus 150. Line for Tampa is minus 119. Braves plus 109. Also to note, Tampa Bay is the second best team in hitting to start the season. Really, really, really solid hitting team, hitting a lot of home runs. They are at .882, only behind Chicago White Sox, who are .884 OPS. Next matchup, Milwaukee-Pittsburgh. Milwaukee at plus 117, Pittsburgh plus 110. Our line, That was our line. Milwaukee is the actual favorite at -157. Pittsburgh +145. So a little bit of value with Pittsburgh in that one. And next matchup on next game, Seattle, LA Angels. Seattle underdog +120. LA Angels also have an underdog line as well at +105. Actual lines, Angels are pretty big favorites, -168. Seattle +155. So let's take a look at the second set of games here. All right, KC, Detroit. KC, the underdog at 100. Detroit, also an underdog at +140. Actual line, let's see. Do not see a line. Yep, don't see a line for that one. Mets, Boston. Mets with the win last night. +125. Boston +115. Boston, a good hitting team, but definitely struggling pitching-wise. Actual line for the game. Do we have a line? Do not see a line here yet from this book. I just got one book pulled up for just to make it simple. Dodgers, Houston. Dodgers, huge favorites here at -145. Houston, -115. Our power rankings. Actual line, Dodgers -139. Houston +129. Potential play on the Dodgers run line. Run line +110 for the Dodgers. Houston still struggling pitching-wise to start the season. Next matchup, next game, Colorado, Oakland. Colorado +100, Oakland -115. Colorado is huge dogs in this one at +143. Oakland -155. Oakland probably has, to start the season, one of the best pitching staffs. So that's really helps if you got a good hitting team, an excellent pitching team. It doesn't take a lot of runs to win. St. Louis, Minnesota. St. Louis the favorite here, -135. Minnesota the dog at +110. Our power rankings. Let's see if we have a line. Yep, St. Louis is the dog in this one, +115. Minnesota at -125. So some value on the St. Louis side. And finally, San Diego -140. Facing the Giants at +140. Our power rankings. And let's see if I see a line. I actually saw a line earlier. Definitely some value with San Diego because I'm not sure what the line is, but I think it is less than 140. So those are our power rankings for today. We're going to dive into our free play, and that is going to come from this matchup here with Chicago and Cincinnati. Let's talk about the pitching matchups. Let's go back to let's look at the hitting first. Chicago is 9th in Major League Baseball in hitting via OPS. They're at .798. Cincinnati at .729, ranked 16th. So fairly even, a little bit of edge with Chicago there. Pitching matchups. Let's go up here and pull it up, because I found some interesting stats here. Okay, Tyler Mahle is going to take the mound for the Reds. Interesting to note about him, he gives up the long ball. Check this stat out. He records a home run per fly ball rate at 18%. That was in 2018. In 2019, that was 20%. So every time there's a fly ball, there's a 20% chance it's going to be a home run. So that's definitely not good in today's game. And I suspect the Cubs will score a lot of runs here. That's also reflected in the total. And generally when you see it, you can look at the total line to anticipate how many runs are scored. Generally you're seeing, like today, lines of 9, 10, 10.5. This actual line on this particular game is 10.5. So they're expecting to score a lot of runs. And Mahle has actually struggled last year, 11-20. No, in his career, 11-23 overall record, 5.88 ERA. Last year, 3-12 record, 5.14 ERA. And let's look at the starter for Chicago. Where's my notes at? They're going to go on the mound. They're going to go with Alec Mills. Hasn't spent a lot of time in the majors. However, when he was called up last year, he had really a lot of success. Had a 1.15 ERA, 24 strikeouts in 15 innings. So that was very impressive. And his one win last year was against the Reds. Obviously, the Reds have shaken up their lineup some, but he was 1-0. But to finish the season 1-0, 3.00 ERA, 12 strikeouts in 12 innings. So when you factor all that in, we definitely have advantage. We have a pitching advantage with Chicago. We also have a hitting advantage with Chicago, and some injuries too to point out. Matt Davidson and Mike Moustakas have COVID symptoms. I think one of them has tested positive for COVID. This is going to be an ongoing issue to always check the lineups daily. So with those out, it really makes it difficult for the Reds to generate a lot of runs. Reason they scored a lot of runs had to do more with the Cubs pitching staff from last night. So in this particular matchup, our free play is going to be Chicago Cubs. You can see the line at -105. I anticipated it going up. We had it actually played it at -110. Still great value. I think some books even have it at +100. So you can actually get even money playing the Cubs. So that's it for today. Hopefully we can get a winner. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.